What's up, everybody? It's Matt. I'm doing another weekly reading. I actually did it for TikTok, and I want to talk about it a little bit longer. So I did each card based on a question, and it went from I think I did this last week, where I went from where am I coming from to where am I heading, what is my obstacle, what is my advice, and what is the final outcome. Keep in mind that this is for this week only. We have a new moon coming up. There's a lot of energy that's kind of releasing, being stagnant, and trying to affect us both positively and not so much negatively, but I think we're going to take it as negative because a lot of things are going to feel sluggish in this next week because we're being asked to release. We're being asked to sit in kind of our old self with the idea that we need to release something old to go to something new. You're being asked to go back to figure out where you've been held up before so you can fix that. It's not asking you to sit in your shit for days on end. What it is doing is asking you to look at maybe where you've gone wrong and how you can rectify the situation. So where we're coming from, like we're coming from the Tower reversed, which we've already had this huge transformative event. We've had the full moon, we've had Mars going retrograde, I believe, but we're still at this point where we're still trying to figure out who we are. So there's still a lot of personal transformation going on, and we may not understand who we truly are at this moment in time. So when the new moon is coming and the new moon is asking you, hey, what do you want? Like, let's manifest something. You're kind of just sitting there going, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know how things are going to work. But that's fine. You don't have to know everything right now. And in reality, the less you know, the better. Because in a way, we're not trying to control what's going on. We're not trying to control the future. And you not trying to control and relinquishing that and just kind of being in this confusing state helps, because then we'll get through this new moon period and into the full moon, and whatever you've been sitting with in 2 weeks later, you can just release. You can release all the stuff that doesn't feel good and isn't serving you. So right now, there's still this, we're sitting in the muck and mire of the soup that we've been asked to look in, and from this tower moment, a few weeks ago or a month ago, we're still very tender in a way. We're still trying to figure everything out, and that's not bad. It's not upright tower, it's reverse, so we're kind of coming out of it, but we're still kind of stuck in this moment of oh my god and wanting to freak out. No worries. There's no worries there. And I'll tell you why. Because the moment that you start to worry about when things are going to happen, you become out of resonance with the universe. You become out of resonance with yourself. And you just need to understand that whatever change is happening at this moment, that it's good for you. It's serving a purpose to get you into a better spot. So we're coming out of this personal transformation. We're coming out of this huge transformation, still stuck in it, but we're looking at where we're heading right now, and where we're heading is the Ten of Cups reversed. So we're confused, and it's exactly what I said. We don't know what we want. We're confused about everything. We're holding back our energy because we're scared to allow our energy to be interspersed with anything negative. We don't know where we want to go. We don't know what's supposed to happen. So you're heading into this possibly week or two time period between the new moon and the full moon where we're just kind of really confused because we're still gearing up. We're still really gearing up our energy to figure out who we are and how things are going to work. So, while I say don't hold back too much, I think a lot of what's going on is we're conserving our energy. It's not necessarily like we don't want to share, and we don't want other people to understand what's going on with us. Sometimes we just don't know. There's this very huge confusion going on, which is like I'm trying to understand, but I don't. So I can't really say anything because I really don't know anything, and that's totally fine. We can all be confused together. Like there's so much going on at this point, especially on the earth. Like so much incredible transformations going on that we're stuck in the middle of it and kind of in the middle of the pool. Can't see one side, can't see the other, can't get to the sides, can't feel safe. And safety, I think, for a lot of us is of utmost importance. Like, we want to feel safe. If once we feel safe, then we can venture out a little bit further. This is kind of asking you, like, venture out a little bit. Don't go past where you can touch, but explore your energy, explore what your energy can do, explore what you're feeling. And if you're not feeling exactly right or you're still a little bit confused, that's fine. You can go back a little bit and uh, you can go back a little bit and restore your energy and just be in that moment of being a little bit confused. But you're gonna find a lot of other people that are confused as well. So if you and your friend and your significant other are all in the same boat, well, just ride it out. That's all I can tell you at this point is just ride it out. It's going to get better. Nothing bad is going to happen, but it's really just asking you to release. So we also come to the obstacle and the obstacle was the Knight of Wands reverse. It's like we're not able to focus. Like our obstacle is lack of focus or uh, lack of wanting to focus, lack of understanding what's going to happen because we can't focus on what we really want to do because we have this huge feeling of lack. And if we're having lack, we don't want to totally waste our energy on something that may or may not work out. So we just we're in this limbo moment, which, I mean, limbo is cool. You don't want to stay in limbo too much, but I would say for this next week period at least, like if we're just in this limbo period and not being able to focus, and it may just be like 2 or 3 days for some of us, possibly just during like a new moon period, not being able to focus is fine. Again, it goes back to let's rest, relax, retain our energy, and figure out the concrete plans at a later moment. Right now, you're resting up for a big release in the next 2 weeks, and there's a lot of transformative energy that happened over the summer that's getting you to face your fears, face your shadow self, and allow you to release it positively and release it in such a way that's allowing you to move forward and not having to deal with it again. And here's the thing is when I talk about releasing energy, a lot of it has to do with confronting ourselves, confronting other people, confronting long-held beliefs that aren't really true. So when we go back to that, like especially with the advice card, so the advice card is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is asking you to be honest with yourself. We need to set up boundaries, not just for us, but for other people. We need to understand the changes that we do want to make that aren't just happening to us, but the ones that we're physically in control of. And that doesn't mean grasping onto everything that you'd once held dear and going, no, this is still true, because it's not. Nothing that you believe right now is probably going to be a long held truth in the next couple weeks. So like all of your beliefs are probably coming up to be emptied out, and you're just like, but I don't understand why all this is changing. It's supposed to. If you haven't challenged your beliefs yet, then you're not growing. And that's the one big thing right now, this whole year, up to now, and I'm trying to explain it a little bit differently, is that we probably had long held beliefs that we haven't challenged for so long, and now people are actively looking at things that they held for as fact for years and decades and realizing, no, it's not fact. I may not believe this, or I may want to try something else. That's great. You know why? Because then we start looking at a different side. We start looking at something from a 360-degree view instead of our own personal side that made us feel comfortable for so long. So you get a full view of what it is that you thought you believed, and your idea about it and your intention may actually have changed. So take a step back and understand what is going on and what boundaries you may need to update. And not only update, but even release. Like maybe you had a boundary that set up against somebody who wasn't even trying to hurt you and you thought they were. That is not their fault. That is you. That is totally on you, because your perception was that you needed to stay safe or be safe. Maybe it's not your perception anymore. It is totally cool to release that boundary and be communicative with this person. But you have to let them know. You have to let all these people know what's going on, because nobody's going to understand why all of a sudden you're trying to be buddy-buddy. And maybe you're very honest with it and say, hey, so I had this belief. I don't know if I do anymore. Can we talk? can we have a conversation? That's what you need to do. So a lot of it is, again, it's all this personal transformation, and your advice when it comes up is like, just be communicative, not only with yourself but with other people and the universe, because yeah, the universe always knows what's going on, but it can't help you if it doesn't know what you actually need. Write a list, make the personal boundaries that you need to in order to be able to move forward. So our outcome, and granted, our outcome is not like a long term outcome. It is a very quick, maybe like 2 or 3 day outcome, and I may do another video after this. But our outcome is the Six of Cups, six of Discs reversed. Not being able to move forward until we take care of the past. A lot of it's just like, again, who are you? What's going on? Releasing beliefs, releasing all the understanding that you've held for so long, and realizing, oh, I can move forward in this different way. If you're not releasing, if you're not challenging your beliefs, then why do you expect to move forward into a new paradigm or into a new personal transformation? Like, you need to release all this stuff. All the shadow work needs to happen. All the negativity needs to come out in order for you to actually heal, because that's what this period feels like. It's a mass healing period on a grand scale, because we've just held so deeply and rooted that everything is negative, that nothing is good, that the universe is out to get us, and we're slowly realizing that, oh no, if I work with the universe, then things will work out. And that's what you need to believe, because it's true. As long as you work with the universe, as long as you're doing what's right for you, then it'll probably happen that you'll be more in resonance. I'm not gonna say, yeah, you'll be more in resonance, but you gotta fix the heart before you worry about the mind. Like, don't control, or don't try and control what you think is wrong. Let it go, and don't be so quick to judge other people in their negative moments, because their negative moments are moments that they need in order to release all this pent up aggression and energy that'll get them to a better place. I'm going to say that probably in the next couple of weeks, you'll find, especially if you're communicative with people, you'll find that enemies will become friends again, or you might actually end up talking to people that you normally wouldn't talk to. That's great. We all need to talk. We all need communication. We all need love. Mostly it's self-love, but as long as you love yourself, then you'll end up gaining a better appreciation of everybody else and what everybody else is going through. So I hope this helped. This was a quick reading. I do a live stream on Fridays. I have candles, and I do video readings if you'd like one. www.healingwithmatt.com, Facebook Healing with Matt, my Etsy page, which is the Healing Energy Shop. I'll link to all those below. If you want a reading, let me know. Right now I'm doing very quick readings, which is like $15 for 3 cards, video link. And a lot of people seem to like that. So I hope you have a great weekend. Peace. I love you all.